So, a man has been charged this morning following the heinous attack on a girl in the grounds of the CityWest Asylum Hub yesterday morning. It's an African man in his 20s. An Arabic interpreter was needed. The tarnished Simon Harris has been questioned on this morning. He's being his normal, elusive, slippery, nauseating self concerning this issue, dodging the issue as much as he can, because there is no dodging this issue. And to add insult to injury, the response or the silence from the government has been deafening on this since yesterday. There has been no response that I have seen this morning on the Twitter X page, for example, the normal social media outlet for Micheál Martin, for Simon Harris, for Paul Murphy, Mary Lou McDonald, Heather Humphreys, Catherine Connolly. Nothing. And in fact, this was a photograph that was taken last night. They were at a shindig for Catherine the Communist. Look at the smiles on their faces. And there is no way that they would not have been briefed on what had transpired in the grounds of the CityWest Asylum Hub yesterday morning, yesterday afternoon, yesterday evening, as residents took to the streets to protest against this heinous attack. Look at them all sitting there with their evil grins. Connolly, Coppinger, Murphy, Mary Lou McDonald, this Labour ghoul in the front. That just sums it up. And a very red, very hellish background, don't you think? A very hellish background. So anyway, a man has been charged today with the assault on that girl who was in the care of Tusla, which is another heinous story to add to their list. She was confirmed to be in state care, was assaulted in Saggart, County Dublin yesterday. A 26-year-old man replied, "I have nothing to say," when he was charged with the assault on the girl. This morning, so this is just literally breaking news. This has only happened within the last 15 minutes. This is Tuesday morning. A male appeared before Blanchardstown District Court, charged with the assault. The alleged incident happened at Garter Lane in Saggart, at the entrance or on the grounds of this CityWest Asylum Hub. Let's find out a little bit more about the perpetrator, the alleged perpetrator. Sergeant Sinead Connolly of Clondalkin Garda Station told Judge John Brennan she arrested the accused on Tuesday, 21st of October at 4 a.m. 3:58 if you want to be specific. He was charged by Sergeant Neil O'Brien in her presence, and the accused replied, "I have nothing to say." Defence solicitor told the court there is no bail application today. Now listen to this. No bail application today. Required the accused be remanded in custody until Wednesday, when a bail application will be made. He wants out again. His defence team want him out. So he's been remanded in custody at Cloverhill District Court until Cloverhill District Court on Wednesday, that's tomorrow, for a bail application and DPP directions. An Arabic interpreter was assigned and legal aid was granted, as the court heard the accused is not working. Apparently he's been in Ireland for 6 years. He's a failed asylum seeker, and he's been subject to a deportation order since March of this year. But yet, here we are in October. He's still here, and a child has suffered the consequences of the government's ineptitude, inactivity, and treachery. The accused male, dressed in a white t-shirt and grey tracksuit bottoms, didn't address the court during the short hearing. Remand him in custody. Pay for his interpreter. Pay for his legal aid. In terms of the child and the Tusla scandal, latest scandal, they said the young girl absconded from staff while on a planned recreation trip. A 10-year-old absconded. She then went to a relative's home and then absconded again. She was eventually located by Garda Síochána and told Tusla staff she had been involved in a serious incident. I'm sure those weren't her words. Tusla confirms the young girl was volunteered by her family into their care in February of this year due to significant behavioural issues. Was involved in a serious incident. She was living in a fully staffed, registered residential placement. Fully staffed and registered residential placement, and yet she absconded, not once but twice. Provided by a funded partner in the community and voluntary sector. Tusla cares. This is another bit of background here. The suspect came to Ireland 6 years ago when his application was refused. In 2024, a deportation order was issued for him in March of this year. And like I said, it's October and he's still here. Now, let's finish this off on a low note, not a high note. There are no high notes with this. Let's finish it off with a low note. Let's hear from the Weasel Harris as he's questioned by Gripped Media this morning. And there'll be a link to the full speech that he gives in the description box underneath this video, but this is just a portion in relation to the story at hand.
What would be your message to members of the public who feel like incidents like this are an inevitable and even likely result of government policy, effectively, that the state is culpable in this case?
So the first thing I'd say, and I'd respectfully say to people, including people who are genuinely very concerned and deeply distressed and profoundly worried about the developments that they've heard of overnight. So I say this respectfully. I think what I would also say is we have to allow the facts to be established. There is an ongoing Garda investigation.
Allow the facts to be established. If I know the facts, how does he not know the facts? 26-year-old man, been in Ireland allegedly for 6 years, failed in his asylum bid, subject to a deportation order in March, attacks someone who's under the care of Tusla yesterday morning in the grounds of CityWest Asylum Hub. What facts? What more does he need?
The laws of this land are clear. The laws of this land must be enforced. The laws of this land will be enforced. Alongside that, there are a number of issues that I'm not yet in a position to comment on today, based on issues that have come to the fore regarding Tusa, regarding a young child, regarding their safety and their well-being, regarding the status of any individual involved in the committing of a potentially extraordinarily serious crime. So I would ask people to allow those facts to be established, but I am acknowledging that there are serious and profound issues.
Obviously, you
serious and profound issues. This rat survived a no confidence vote in the Dáil last week, and shame on any member of the Dáil that voted for this man, that they have confidence in this man to do anything, even to represent the government in commenting on a case like this. all of this happens a week later.
Say that it looks like there's been serious systemic failings here and that there's major issues that will be raised by this case, but we've seen so many shocking cases regarding TUSLA and children in state care. Is this going to be another lessons will be learned situation where we all say, Jenny Mac, that's horrifying, and then we move on and then we see something else like this in 6 months or 12 months? Like when is the action part going to come in, I guess is what I'm asking.
And the first thing, and look, I stand here with you every week and
How can he smile? Look. How can he smile? It's an evil man you're looking at right there. An evil entity.
We'll be back here and we'll continue this conversation as we should. But I do want to allow the...
And then he reverts back to his concerned mask. See that? See how quickly he did that? Let's look at that again. Watch how quickly he goes from concerned, the smirking Jupiter's delight, to back to concerned. Watch.
As we should. But I do want to allow that little bit of time here to actually establish the facts, because I don't want to say something that turns out to be patently false or wrong in a couple of hours or a couple of days' time. You couldn't be a citizen of Ireland and read this case this morning and read the information in the public domain and not be deeply concerned and worried. That's how I feel. There's a number of changes that we've made in a whole variety of areas, but I'm not going to preempt that, because even commenting on them is preempting where the coming hours and days are going to bring us to. My immediate thoughts, though, of course, are with the young child. Just that young child and what that young child must be going through right now.
He doesn't give a damn. None of them do. So that's the state of play as per this morning at 10 minutes to 12 on Tuesday morning. There will be another protest tonight at CityWest. I believe it's getting a lot of international attention. And the locals will be there also. Philip Dwyer should be there tonight live streaming it, so keep an eye out for that one. And in the meantime, we'll see what else develops across this today. Let's see if there's any outrage from the government. Any outrage? I haven't seen any yet. But anyway, share this video. Leave me your thoughts and comments and opinions below. For now, I'm Rick Munn. This is No Risk, No Reward Media. Over and out.